You are made perfect in design. You have everything inside your body right now that you need to heal effectively. Knowing and accepting as truth that you were already made perfect in design and that you can heal. Healing takes time, and healing also takes place in a spiral formation. Genetics do not set you up. That's not the name of the game. Healing is. It's really important for your body to heal in the right order at the right time, using the right products and in the right amounts. Don't worry about determining why a symptom is happening because it's really not usually what you think it is.
Welcome to the Resiliency Method, the truth about healing. I'm Dr. Erika, and we are here to uncover the root causes keeping you stuck. Together, we'll restore your energy, your focus, and your resiliency so you can finally heal, regenerate, and feel truly alive again.
Most people, even doctors, aren't wired to believe the body can actually heal. They're conditioned to treat symptoms with drugs, surgeries, or supplements that are used at a medicinal level. But feeling somewhat better is really not the same as actually getting better. And the truth is you were made perfect in design, and you have everything inside you and your body right now to heal effectively. The question is whether you're putting it in the right order at the right time and in the right amounts, and if it's in a coordinated fashion. Welcome to the Resiliency Method Truth About Healing podcast. I'm Dr. Erica, and today we're going to ask the better question is, what if the problem was really never your body's ability to heal, but nothing was actually teaching it how? Today, we're breaking down how healing happens in a spiral formation and why you can't jump from where you are today to the depths of the body without earning the right to go deeper through each phase. We're also going to explore why your nervous system is the knight at the castle door that decides who gets in, and why sleep and bowel movements are the foundation of everything else. And we're unpacking why genetics doesn't really determine your fate and how you can literally change the patterns for future generations by taking action around your health today. So if you've ever been told a condition runs in your family, or so that's the way it's going to be, this episode is really going to challenge that idea for you. And if you're enjoying this podcast, we'd like you to please take a moment, visit us, and give us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Your support means a lot and helps us to uncover and new people to participate in this conversation with us. Thanks so much. I want to talk to you a little bit more about how healing actually works. This is a concept that's actually quite new, and the reason I want to call this out as a separate solo episode with you all today. It's new for some people because we're just so used to modern Western medical model of treating symptoms with drugs and surgeries. And quite frankly, even in the natural functional medicine health space, people are using supplements even at a symptom or what I call a medicinal level. Oftentimes, and a lot of people, even doctors themselves, are not really wired to believe that their body can actually heal. And the truth is you are made perfect in design. You have everything inside your body right now that you need to heal effectively. All we're doing with the resiliency method, and the unique process that it is putting everything in the right order at the right time and in the right amounts to really leverage this capability and to help your body facilitate the healing response. So that in the healing process, it's really truly becomes seamless and it's efficient. It's just like if you think about an orchestra, we wouldn't just bring a bunch of violinists together and a bunch of cellos and bass players and say, hey, guys, start playing a symphony. No, we actually have a conductor up at the front who's coordinating each section, making sure that the violins aren't overplaying the cellos, aren't overplaying the violas, or making sure that the timing is correct at each measure of the music. So think of your body in the same way, and think of your practitioner as the conductor. And eventually, throughout the healing process, things are going to get so much better for you. And that's what we're going to hand the baton over to you. So, right away, we're going to want to be in a little bit more of the directive role for you. But ultimately, as your body gets well, you're going to be in charge of conducting your own symphony. So, it's really important to understand that distinction. And that is really what sets the foundation of your ability to heal. just knowing and accepting as truth that you were already made perfect in design and that you can heal. Now, healing doesn't happen overnight. That's the thing. It doesn't happen in the blink of an eye. Healing takes time. And healing also takes place in a spiral formation. So if you kind of think of where you're at, I'm not the best at illustrating these things, but you can imagine this here. You want to think of where you are today is sort of getting at the idea you're at the top of the spiral, right? And the biggest part of the funnel where you're at in phase one or at the very beginning is at this top of the funnel. We're going to start filling the dumpster, taking away some of the things that have been causing unrest inside of your body. Many healing programs start what is known as our phase one and end here. And we actually did phase one of our healing process for over 10 years. But over time, what we noticed is that we didn't complete enough cycles of healing. And we weren't really getting deep enough in terms of working our way down that actual spiral itself. And so, what we're going to do inside of that is actually earn the right, because to go to the next level of healing, you really need to do some accomplishing these things in a sequence. So, every time that we complete a healing cycle, we kind of earn the right to go deeper into the spiral and into the body. And the body will keep giving us information and keep having that dialogue ultimately with us so that we can move down into more complex patterns of unwellness. And that's in that final phase where we're building and repairing all of the organs, tissues, and glands of the body. That's that phase three. We're deeper into the spiral, and we've even have been suboptimal for some time. So, which is why you started, developing in symptoms in the first place, is because organ tissues and glands were not functioning or not optimized as well. And a lot of times, which organ tissues and glands are actually fitting into some kind of genetic predisposition or pattern that maybe you've even seen in your family lineage. So don't get stuck there, because a lot of times people think, oh, because my grandparent had that or my mom has that, I'm going to have that too. Not so. It ends with us. You can literally change the way that you then and the future generations move through these patterns of unwellness by getting in action around your health today. So, genetics do not set you up, guys. That's not the name of the game. Healing is. So, we just continue to earn the right to move deeper and deeper down the spiral. And that's really important. We can't just jump from where we are today into the bottom and or into the depths of the body. It causes all sorts of confusion and havoc. So, unfortunately, a lot of healing protocols that are out there or processes are out there tend to do that. That's how they're oriented. And that's likely why you didn't respond to those in the first place. And you're even here listening today. It's really important for your body to heal in the right order at the right time, using the right products and in the right amounts. Now, that's what's truly critical to earning the right. Every time we design a program, we're actually creating a healing cycle, a clear start point, midpoint, and endpoint of healing that takes place inside your body, leveraging your body's brilliant design and really truly addressing the root cause. So that's the way we use the supplements to initiate and complete a healing cycle in your body. We're not just looking at your labs and going, hey, there's a B vitamin deficiency here. We actually want to go beyond that, beyond just giving you B vitamins. Remember, we're asking the question, why are you having a problem absorbing B vitamins, or why are you overutilizing B vitamins? Why are you not getting the nutrition from your food? Which organ, tissue, or gland specifically is not functioning optimally? And that would have you showing a deficiency on the blood work and labs. And that's the issue we're really going after. So I want you to understand that concept, because it's really important to understand how healing unfolds. Are you tired of treatments, protocols, and gurus who promise results but don't deliver? You're not alone. For years, I struggled with my own long-term illness, and I know how frustrating it feels when nothing seems to work. That's why I developed the Resiliency Method. It's a science-backed approach to combining the best of Western and ancient medicines to restore your body's natural intelligence. Patient after patient has discovered what's possible, living stronger, brighter, and more spiritually connected than ever before. Whether you're facing autoimmune issues, hormonal imbalances, weight struggles, or just feeling stuck, you don't need another quick fix. You need a clear path forward. Take the first step with a discovery call at drerikaonline.com/discovery. That's DRERIKA online.com/discovery or dive deeper with a full initial consultation at drericaonline.com/initial-consultation because your health, your clarity, and your freedom cannot wait. Okay, so we're going to begin with the more superficial layers, and then we're going to work our way inward and downward down the spiral. But we're not where we're starting today is simply at the castle door. We're standing across the moat trying to get the keys to the castle. What I mean by that is we're actually going to focus first on your nervous system. Imagine your body is the castle and there's a knight standing at the entrance. Well, what we need to do first is make friends with that knight at the castle door because the knight is the one who decides who's going to get across the moat, who's going to enter the castle itself. That knight represents your nervous system. All right. And that again, you were made perfect and designed to heal. So we want to address what would not have the biggest impact for your healing process. And that usually has to do with what's disrupting the nervous system itself. So we want to get an understanding of that. And every time we embark on a new healing layer, we're always assessing, hey, first of all, how happy is the night today? Is the night ready to heal? That creates tremendous amount of efficiencies in your healing progress and your ability to get results. So we don't want to underplay that. All right. Always evaluating that effectiveness. Now, it has the gas puddle, that's known as your sympathetic nervous system, which is the most active and governing when you're awake and going throughout your day. The second part, though, of the nervous system is the brake pedal. That's that parasympathetic nervous system, which governs your digestion, your rest, and helps you sleep effectively, etc. And when you sleep is when you heal. So, some of the most important things that we're trying to focus on in the very beginning phases are just that. Are you sleeping? Are you having regular bowel movements? How are things going in terms of putting fuel into your food and your body so that it can truly be in a state where it can heal effectively? So, some things that can sometimes get in your way, and many of you come into a program like this really like wanting to get well and quickly. So, you'll see some weight loss at first just by focusing on your diet. But try not to set unrealistic expectations for yourself. Think of this not as a diet, not as an exercise regimen you actually need to push through. You're likely in a pretty deficient state energetically right now. And overdoing even exercise can sometimes slow your progress because your body's energy gets diverted towards recovery from that instead. Okay, so again, back to being smart and strategic about how we heal. We're going to address the nervous system first. I said that already, but I can't stress it enough. We're going to make sure you're sleeping. We're going to make sure you're having proper bowel movements. If either of those go by the wayside at any point, it's important that you're in touch with us about how that's what's happening with your body. Okay. When your nervous system's not regulating well is when you're going to run into problems. So, what we just do inside of our process and our customized approach is that we're going to be really walking hand in hand with you, ensuring you have proper drainage, making sure everything's super smooth and it's great. That's especially critical in the first phases when you're filling the dumpster. Making sure that we have sufficient bowel drainage, liver and kidney support drainage, and sometimes lung sinus support to clear out all the things in your body effectively. So just stay in touch with us if you're a current patient. Hear that. Stay in touch with us. Sometimes when people start a new supplement, they begin to feel worse and they wonder and they want to blame that on the actual supplement or the practitioner itself. But it's actually not the supplement, especially inside of our process because we are so customized. It's not that the supplement is bad. It's just that it did its job and now things are moving faster. And so there wasn't enough drainage or enough support for the evacuation of those toxins and pathogens from your system. So we just need to simply tweak it and things will get onto a smoother road again. That also makes the system so beneficial if you're a high performer. If you've been trying the protocol approaches and you have flubbed and dubbed and you just like can't take the risk or chance of healing interfering with your daily performance levels. And I understand that. I know how that is when you got to be on a stage or you got to be in front of people. You got to be on. So this process works beautifully for that because we are able to customize it to your body. So you're not just responding to some protocol that 30 other people are taking for X, Y, and Z. You're doing what your body needs to accomplish your goals, which can be different from the next person. So don't worry about determining why a symptom is happening because it's really not usually what you think it is. Just report it is what we ask our patients because a lot of times it's, not what you think it is. And if you're having any trouble at all, so if you are a current patient, just be in touch with us. Be in touch with your practitioner. We're a high touch health solution for you, and we're committed to walking the journey with you. If you are not a current client yet, get curious. Consider exploring and expanding your viewpoint to see how a different approach to wellness can move you forward into a new wellness frontier and a new reality for you, peak performance, high performance, and fully recovering your health. And like I always say to people when they're first getting started and they've committed to that journey, may you never be the same.
Thanks for tuning into the Resiliency Method, the Truth About Healing podcast. If this episode spoke to you, follow, share, and leave us a review. Are you ready to go deeper? Book your discovery call now at drerikaonline.com/discovery and take your first step today.